Hi guys, welcome to my channel Pradeep's Podium. In this video, I am going to share my initial struggles in finding an accommodation in Italy, and also I would like to share some useful information regarding the accommodation for upcoming students and tourists for short and long stay. Let's get started. Getting an accommodation in any foreign country is the biggest challenge. That too, if you want to find a place to stay in a city as a tourist or as a student, it's one of the toughest things. When it comes to me, during the year 2015, I got my student visa confirmation to pursue higher education in Italy. It was a wonderful feeling I ever had in my life. The next challenging thing is finding an accommodation. Since the university is in Milan city, it's quite difficult to find a place for a reasonable price. Along with me, two other friends joined and we have contacted several house owners in Milan through websites and different Facebook groups. Luckily, we got an agreement with one person for a particular house who's already a student in Milan. I and my friends were so happy that we found a place to stay in Italy, which is one of the hardest things for any foreign student. 5 days before our departure to Italy, we got a call from that particular student who is in Milan, saying that the landlord of that apartment has cancelled the agreement with the recent flatmates because of a huge dispute. And that student told us that he will allow us to stay for 1 day in another apartment. All our happiness ends before we start our journey to Italy. It's a new country and that too an expensive city, and we don't have any idea how to find an accommodation for a reasonable price. We were so stressed before we take the flight to Milan. Once we arrived, the student who is in contact with us through Facebook came with a group of friends to receive us, and they took us to the apartment. On the next day evening, we have to leave the apartment. We three were discussing finding a dormitory, but unfortunately, most of the rooms were booked and we don't have any place to stay. And next day it was raining heavily in Milan, and we packed our luggages and started walking to our university's international admission office to support our accommodation, the students' hostel, which is our only hope, but it didn't work out. We were homeless and helpless at that point of time. Luckily, on the way to the university office, we found two students. One of the students, whom we already known him through Facebook, has helped in connecting with the other friends of him for a temporary stay. Later we moved to Como Lago, a town which is 50 kilometers far away from Milan, for a 1 month stay with the help of a very good friend. He was considered as our own brother and helped us a lot in Como Lago. In the meanwhile, I and my friends were rigorously looking for an apartment for a 1-year house contract in Milan. It was the most difficult time in my life, attending the university in the morning and contacting different landlords by seeing the house rent posters in the streets and having just one burger a day and sleeping without peace in a temporary house during the night. We have gone through enormous pain, both mentally and physically. Finally, we have found a flat for a 1-year contract through SUBITO website. I don't want this situation to happen for any upcoming students or tourists who are coming to Italy for a short or long stay. So I want to share some useful and trustworthy websites and platforms for finding accommodation in Italy. This might help you. The first one is SUBITO. This website comprises into different categories like car engines, market, work and properties. You have to select the properties area. In the subcategories, you can either select apartments or rooms or beds and its locations and their prices. Everything depends on your priority. There is no agent involved in this platform, so in this way you can directly contact the landlord and fix the contract. But if you are in your home country, the landlord asks you to pay the 1 month's rent in advance to book the apartment. Think twice before you book. Clarify it properly. If you have any friends already staying in Italy, please ask them to look into the apartment and the landlord if it's true or not. The second one is BAKECA.IT. This website is the same as SUBITO, which comprises different categories like work, engines, I buy, I sell, houses, and so on. You have to select houses. In the subcategory, you have to select either I offer a room for rent or I offer a house for rent, and then use the filter to set the price, location, and you can also choose the advertiser, whether you are looking for an apartment or rooms or beds through an agency or with a landlord. Same like SUBITO.IT, you should verify the apartment before booking. The third one is IDEALISTA.IT. This is same as BAKECA. There are both agencies and direct landlord contacts are available on this platform. Usually I prefer contacting the direct landlord since there might be some chances that you have to pay some extra money as a commission to the agency. The fourth website is HOUSE-FOR-RENT.AFFITTO.IT. This website is same as BAKECA and Idealista. The fifth website is Booking.com. It's a safe website. Usually many tourists and students prefer it as the first option for a short stay. But the hotel rooms and apartment beds which are published on this website are quite expensive. The main advantage is that they have a refund policy, guys. The sixth one is UNIPLACES.IT. This is one of the trustworthy websites for accommodation. The UNIPLACES itself acts as an agent and takes some commission during the booking of the rooms or beds in an apartment. But if you're in your home country, you can choose the apartment and book without any hesitations. Your money is guaranteed. They have 100% refund policy. If you use this promo code UP30JBMeister, you will get the 30% discounts when you reserve rooms or beds or apartments around Europe. The seventh one is SPOTAHOME.IT. This website is exactly same as UNIPLACES. They too have a 100% refund policy if you cancel the reservation 60 days in prior. If you use this promo code JBMeister25, you get 25% of discount when you book the rooms or beds or apartments around Europe. The Spotahome and UNIPLACES are nice options for the students or tourists to book an apartment in prior just by staying in their native country. There are other platforms like Facebook Marketplace where you can see a lot of advertisements posted by landlords and they mention the prices and the details. It is one of the easiest ways to connect with landlords to inquire about the apartment. This option is suggestible only if you are in Italy. So, finding accommodation in any new country is quite tricky. So be cautious when you dealt with some spammers considering them as a landlords. So check and read the regulations mentioned in the house contract before getting into the apartment. From my experience, I suggest you to be proactive in finding your stay to the country where you are going to go at least 3 months in prior. Hope you guys will find a good accommodation with a nice landlord and with a nice flatmates in Italy. If you think this video is informative, please do like, share and subscribe to my channel Pradeep's Podium. See you in the next video, guys. Until then, it's your